to look at addition and subtraction of integers. There are two rules. Rule 1, when the signs are the same, you add the two numbers and you keep the sign. Rule number 2, when the signs are different, you minus the smaller number from the bigger number and you keep the sign of the larger number. All right, so let's pay attention to example number 1, party. We see we have 2 plus 3. Now in front of 2, it's understood that it is a positive number, so it has a positive sign. In front of 3, clearly we are seeing the positive sign. So the signs are the same. When the signs are the same, you add the two numbers, 2 plus 3 is 5, and you keep the sign. The only sign to keep is positive, so it's plus 5. Now we don't write plus 5, we can simply write 5 because, as I said before, it's understood. If you don't see a sign in front of a number, it is understood as that number being positive. Part B, negative 2 minus 3. So the sign in front of 2 is a minus. The sign in front of 3 is a minus. So the signs are the same. When the signs are the same, add the two numbers and you keep the sign. So 2 plus 3 is 5, and the sign we are keeping a negative. So the answer is negative 5. Now, if the answer is a negative number, you have to put the negative sign or the minus sign. All right, if the answer is positive 5, you can simply write 5 plus 5 is equal to 5. But negative 5, you have to write the negative sign. Negative 5 is equal to negative 5. All right, let's take a look at question E, 6 plus 5. All right, so are the signs the same below here? Yes, the signs are the same. In front of 6, we have a positive sign. In front of 5, we have a positive sign. So when the signs are the same, you add the two numbers and you keep the sign. So 6 plus 5, you add in the two numbers. 6 plus 5 is 11, and the sign we are keeping is positive. Now remember, we don't write plus 11. It's not that you get it wrong, but you look less skillful. So you just simply write 11. If you look at part B, we have the signs are the same. In front of 7, we have a negative sign. In front of 3, we have a negative sign. So the sign is always located to the left of the number. So the signs are the same. When the signs are the same, add the two numbers, 7 plus 3. And you keep the sign. The sign we are keeping is negative. All right. Let's take a look at rule number 2. When the signs are different, you minus the smaller number from the bigger number and you keep the sign of the larger number. All right. So if we look at example 2, part A, we see negative 2 plus 3. Are the signs different? Yes, the signs are different because in front of 2, we have a negative sign. In front of 3, we have a positive sign. Or to the left of 2, we have a negative sign. To the left of 3, we have a positive sign. So the signs are different. So subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. 2 from 3 is 1. And you keep the sign of the larger number being 3. The answer is plus 1. And as I said before, you can simply just write 1 once the number is positive. All right. Part B, we have 2 minus 3. Now in front of 2, it's understood that sign being positive. In front of 3, it's negative, right? So the signs are different. Once the signs are different, you minus the smaller number from the bigger number. So 2 being the smaller number, 2 from 3 is 1. And you keep the sign of the larger number being 3. So the answer is negative 1. So that's the answer for part B. So if we look at question C here, we have 5 minus 10. Now, are the signs different? Yes, the signs are different because in front of 5, we have a positive. In front of 10, we have a negative sign. All right, so in front of 5, positive sign. In front of 10, negative sign. So the signs are different. Minus the smaller number from the bigger number. So 5 from 10 is 5. And you keep the sign of the bigger number right here, 10. So the answer is negative 5, all right? The short way I sometimes tell students, find the difference, keep the sign of the larger number, right? So when you find the difference, 5 from 10 is 5, keep the sign of the larger number, right? Part D, are the signs the same? Nope, the signs are not the same. So in front of 6, we have a negative sign. In front of 5, we have a positive sign. So when the signs are different, subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, keep the sign of the larger number. So 5 being the smaller number, 5 from 6 is equal to 1. Keep the sign of the larger number being 6. So we keep in this negative sign. The answer is -1. -1. All right. So if you look at part E, it's a combination of both rules. So we deal with 2 at a time. So if I deal with 6 minus 5, so the signs are different. In front of 6 is positive, in front of 5 is negative, right? You minus the smaller number from the bigger number. 5 from 6 is 1, and you keep the sign of the larger number. 6 being the larger number, and it's positive. We know it's positive sign I have here. I'm not going to write it. It's understood, right? I write back the rest of the numbers. -3 minus 4, right? So 1 minus 3 minus 4. Now we're going to deal with these two numbers here. 1 minus 3. Are the signs the same? Nope, the signs are not the same. In front of 1, we have positive. In front of 3, we have negative. So the signs are not the same. Minus the smaller number from the bigger number. 1 from 3 is 2. And you keep the sign of the larger number. 3 being the larger number, we keep that sign negative. Bring down this number here. Right, now we're going to deal with this here. -2 minus 4. Are the signs the same? Yes, the signs are the same. You add the two numbers, 2 plus 4 is 6. And what sign are we keeping? Negative. So the answer is -6. Note, we add or subtract two numbers at a time. So, well, mentally that is. So we deal with 6 minus 5 first. That's how we got 1. And then we wrote down the remainder of numbers. We dealt with 1 minus 3, we got -2. Write down the remainder of numbers, well, which is -4. And then we deal with the two numbers here. -2 minus 4 is -6. All right. So that's it for addition and subtraction of integers.